Wake up, tune in, take a sip. Start the day with laughs that hit. Coffee's hot, the jokes are prime. Coffee with Catfish, morning time. Brew the fun, take a seat. Our daily chuckles can't be beat. Funny moments, sip by sip. Join us now, don't let it slip.
Good morning, friends. The time is 7:49 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on the 20th of June, 2025. And of course, that's the 21st for my time traveling friends on the other side of the planet, my friends in Australia, my friends in Melbourne. How are y'all doing today? I hope you're all doing fantastic. My name's Lee. I'm the guy who started the group. Well, I thought it was funny. And you know what? That group was so funny, we started it twice. Now we've got two groups. They are amazing, and they're over 796,000 members in those two groups. You, my friends, you're awesome. And how do I know you're awesome? Well, these groups are awesome, but they weren't awesome until you got here. So I think the math works out. You're the awesome part of that equation, my friends. Thank you for making these groups amazing. Thank you for making them so huge. And you know what I like to call them? I say this every day. I like to call us what we are. We've got more people in these groups than you have in many cities around the world. So let's call us the funniest city on the internet. Population us, my friends. Funny people in a funny place, and we make people laugh. By the hundreds of thousands every day, we make people laugh, my friends. That's awesome. Thank you so very much for making us awesome. Hello, friends. What's happening in your lives today? I would really like to hear anything from you about what's happened, especially if you've never commented on the video before. But I would love to hear from anyone. If you've commented 100 times on our videos, I want to hear from you. And if you've just first time watching our videos today, I'd want to hear from you. What's happening in your life? What's happening in your day today? You got any plans today? Have any plans this weekend? Let's hear about it, my friends. We'd love to hear about your day. Why don't you leave a little comment on this video or a long comment on this video? You decide. Anything is better than nothing. Let's hear about your amazing day, my friends. Well, my day today is not, well, there's not going to be much happening. I woke up so sore, my friends. My back is just killing me. It really is. I'm going to say woke up. I didn't sleep very well at all. I think I probably had a combined 3 hours total sleep last night. I know I'm always whining, and I'm sorry, and it sounds like I'm looking for sympathy. I'm just explaining why I'm going to be letting you down. I can't sit in this chair. I can sit in it long enough. I've already done the jokes. I'm never going to leave you without the jokes if I can avoid it, my friends. But that's going to be most of the video. Introduction, ask you for some input on your days. I hope you're doing great, but I can't sit here and do the whole video, and I apologize. So I've already recorded the jokes. I've got them recorded, and we're going to hear those jokes. We are. But I just wanted to let you know it's going to be another one of those short videos. I expect I'll be back again tomorrow. Regular video. Just I need to take some ibuprofen or some naproxen and go sit somewhere where I'm not in this chair, or lay down. Probably is the best thing. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Another thing about my day, though, it's Calgary's got some weird weather happening. In 2013, on the 20th of June, Calgary, we had a flood. A flood started on that day. This is the anniversary of that day, and we have a flood watch today. The rain hasn't started yet, but we're expecting 10 to 20 centimeters of rain in the next 2 days. That's between about 6 to 12 inches of rain. That's a lot of rain. Hopefully we don't get that much rain. Hopefully we don't flood. Hopefully the precautions have been taken by the officials. We've had some flood mitigation put in place. Flood mitigation measures put in place since then. And hopefully we can handle it. And that's what's happening here in Calgary. So hopefully everybody in Calgary is safe today. Stay safe. Stay away from the river if you can. Now, it hasn't started raining, like I said. The rain hasn't started yet, but we're expecting a lot of rain. So that's what's happening here in Calgary. That's what's happening with me today. I'm just feeling awful, and I'm going to be taking some painkillers and just trying to feel like I'm all compressed. So I want to see if we can fix that. But like I said, I really want to hear about your days, my friends. And I promise I'm going to be back tomorrow. I'm going to be less whiny. So So please forgive me for such a truncated video. But, you know, even with that truncated video, there's things you got to do, you know, when you do this kind of thing. And one of those things you got to do is you got to do the bad jokes. Did you hear about the skunk that went to church? He had his own pew. Some guy just walked up to me and said, salad tongs, pinchers, forceps. And I'm like, I don't know what this guy's talking about. Turns out he was speaking in tongs. You know, I like the name Brie, even though it's a little cheesy. You know why vampires don't have friends? They're a pain in the neck. What do Alexander the Great and Winnie the Pooh have in common? The same middle name. The other day I saw a baguette in a cage. It was bred in captivity. What happened to the Exorcist's car? It was repossessed. The graveyard across the street is really getting crowded. I think people are dying to get in there. Last night, Wendy and I watched 3 movies back to back. Luckily, I was the one facing the television. I just watched a show about beavers, and you know what? It was the best damn program I've watched in years. Thank you very much for hanging around for those bad jokes. It's my favorite part of the video, despite being the toughest part of the video to do. Why is it my favorite part? Because I get the most feedback on it, and I think it's the one that reaches the most people. I think people are actually here for the bad jokes, and I love it. You know, my friend Corey lets me know. Yeah, Corey Buckner let me know, hey, I'm here for the bad jokes, and that's awesome. I'm glad there's folks here, just anyone here. In fact, sometimes I feel like I'm talking into the void. I really do. So it makes me feel good when I do get feedback on that. And you know, talking about feedback, even better than feedback, I'd like to tell your jokes. Why don't you send me your jokes to jokes@wellithoughtitwasfunny.com? And if I use your jokes, my friends, I promise you I'm going to give you credit for it. I try not to steal jokes. My jokes today, I just found them out there in the ether. So if you know who wrote any of those jokes, you let me know and I'll update the notes in the video. But I have no one to credit today. A couple of websites maybe, but that's about it. But I really hope they made you laugh. I really do. Because that's the whole point of it, right? We want to be funny here. We're a funny group with funny people. Hopefully I'm contributing to the funny. Oh, my friends. So, yeah, send your jokes, please, to jokes@wellithoughtitwasfunny.com. It'd be awesome for me to tell your jokes. And despite wanting to rush out of here, I do want you to know that I care a lot about you folks. And I am so amazed when I see these numbers, how many people are here. You folks make me proud, really proud, because I've never thought I'd create something that would touch so many people. And it's a great feeling. You know, it is humbling despite the fact that I'm talking about it. I only talk about it with you, my friends. I don't talk about it with anyone else. So thanks for making us the most amazing group out there. The funniest city on the internet. The best group in the world, my friends. You know, I'm going to be here again tomorrow with a proper video. Hopefully you're going to be here again tomorrow. I'd really appreciate it, my friends. And if we have a few new people, that'd be a real bonus, wouldn't it? But even if we don't, we are the best and we are the funniest. All the love, my friends.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I think it was funny.
Well, I thought 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 it was funny.